Uh, it, action. Okay. Well, it looks like I'm live again. Okay. Well, it looks like I'm live again. Okay. Well, it looks like I'm live again. I'm just going to turn the audio back to live feeds. And I just need to set up my time lapse. Okay. So today is mostly, again, about sorting this background out. One of the effects I'm trying to recreate, which I'll be fading this out just a little bit further at the back to give it that impression of going into the distance. So it's like with paint, you'd actually go more towards blues and reduce the saturation to give the impression of distance. So here I need to reduce the value slightly to give it the impression of moving further away. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so like I said, this is about reducing the value around here so it looks like it's going further into the distance. I hope that makes sense. Obviously, I'm using putty rubber to lift some of the charcoal. And don't forget, if you've got any questions, what's the weather like where you are? Because today I'm based in Yorkshire. I've taken the dogs out this morning for a walk. Had a lovely hour. The sun is shining, a little bit chilly, but it's nice. Nice to see a bit of sunshine without too much rain over here. Consider. Hey, Matthew. Henry, how are you doing? Hey, Georgia. Hope you're having a lovely morning. Hey. Hey, Georgia, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Do you draw or paint yourself? Okay, if you're just joining, what I'm working on now is the background. So over the last week or so, been messing about more with technical stuff, trying to get these streams working and microphones and cameras and multiple streams to different social media platforms. So that's done now, hopefully. You can hear me okay now. But basically, I'm working on this background. So it supports the theme for this portrait. And I'm trying to give the impression of the clouds going into the distance. So with color, you reduce the saturation, introduce more blue. With this, you just got value. So I was becoming, or it was starting to become too dark, so it was becoming very flat, rather than giving the impression of moving away into the distance, if that makes sense. Hey, TJ. Hello, apologies for that. If you can hear my Labrador, she has she becomes quite vocal at times. It depends on the size of the leaf. I don't know if anybody out there's got dogs, but having a Labrador who lets me know when there's danger. And she's not going to change now. She's 8 years old, nearly 9. I also have a Springer Spaniel. Hey, Jake.
Oh, then gut. Ja.
Okay, it looks like one of my feeds has been suspended because I'm using copyright. Well, it's not, it's copyright free apparently, the background music. I'm assuming that's the only thing that could be saying it's restricted because of it. So, to copy and paste some information, DSOL. Okay, I've just muted the audio on TikTok because I'm assuming I've just had my stream suspended for 10 minutes. I've just filled it because I'm streaming copyright-free music. Go figure. I did actually check that out. Instagram and YouTube seem to be fine. Hey ho. I'll have to see if there's anywhere on the TikTok stream where I can put information to say that it's actually copyright-free music. It's all a learning curve. It does happen. Okay, review down to prove the appeal. Gifting and visibility of your life has been restored in recommendations and search results. Hey, Tristan. If you've just joined the feed, I'm actually working on the background of this portrait. I'm trying to give a little bit more depth and give the illusion of distance as it's fading into the background. So I'm reducing the value, a little bit at a time, until I'm happy with what it looks like. If that makes sense? Hmm. Okay, just so you know, keep you in the loop. I'm using a graphite, probably, I don't know, some like a 2B blade once I've actually laid down some charcoal to get more depth. Because I wanted to push this back a little bit more, I'm actually very lightly going over with the graphite, and it takes and smooths out the charcoal a little bit, so it reduces it, so it takes it down a notch, so it reduces the value slightly. And I'm trying to get that feeling of receding into the distance. So the black going down to lighter values of grey to give that impression of the rolling clouds. Cool, that makes sense. Okay. And then with this one, a charcoal pencil, I'm just knocking off some of the darker little bits. Just evening out the tones slightly of the value as I'm slowly moving up. I might come down and a little bit of detail in this bottom part of the clouds, just small sort of waveforms as the bands close together again to give that illusion of the clouds going further away. So they're flattening out, he's looking at the bottom of the clouds. Let's just see. Tumbo, eraser. See if I can lift a little bit of it and give a little bit of a. Yeah, it's very, I don't know if it's picking it up on the camera or not. But it just lightens things a little bit of a line into it. Just give an impression of the underbelly of the clouds a little bit more. And again, reduce the value of that edge just a little bit more. A little bit more on this officer's getting a little bit darker as it's going over to this side anyway. And obviously you've got the past and the future. So obviously then you've got the sun behind the clouds coming out, peeking out. The silver lining. Every cloud has a silver lining. You've heard of that expression? I'm not, what I'm telling. Couple of little lines there that was the two drastic on them, just attracting. So the beauty of this with charcoal and pencil, you can actually just take things back out again if you don't push down too hard. Keeping the integrity of the paper.
Hmm. What? Yeah. Okay. What? Everybody. It's a bit better. What? Yeah.
Hey, Margaret. How are you this morning? Afternoon? Losing track of time. Okay, one thing to point out that I'm doing at the minute, I'm just layering the clouds at this bit, but they're going to be pretty much black. Now, some of this is too light. I don't know if it'll pick up on the camera. I'm just starting to bring in a little bit of highlight on the edge of the clouds. Now, once I fix this with fixative, because obviously it's charcoal, some of these I'll actually take back a little bit so they're even a little bit darker. Obviously, as I'm taking this charcoal out a little bit, it's a little bit too light for me. So once I've fixed it, I'll actually take it back a little bit. And obviously the final layer will be pretty much black here, and then it'll be counterbalanced down at this edge. Still not 100%, with this, I might need to flatten it out a little bit here. Reduce the contrast, especially on the cheek. Trying to do that piercing gaze where actually when you're at my distance, you can actually see the detail in the eye and it's looking straight to the viewer. And again, for anybody that's just joined, I'm working on this self-portrait. I'm working on the background sky at the minute. It forms part of the symbology and the for this diptych, and it's obviously darker. This is the past and the future. You've got the sun breaking through the clouds, and it sort of symbolizes every cloud has a silver lining, if you've heard that phrase. So, and I'm just trying to bring in a little bit more detail and to give that rolling clouds fading away into the background. So hopefully that's coming across. But I'm trying to keep it a little bit looser. It was so easy to get bogged down in detail. And for this type of portrait and my style, I like the mix of the loose impressionistic styles and the tightness of the academic style. So we're just trying to get that balance right. And again, that forms part of the whole overall composition of the piece. And for me, this is the main figure, the eyes here. And then it's obviously everything, this triangle brings you into this figure. But actually got the counterweight of another triangle when you look at how it's forming. And then this will lead back around into the composition. So when I first started this, part of the background is getting overly complicated and it detracting too much. So what I'm trying to do is, well, what I have done is it basically wiped it out, restarted it again, a little bit simpler and not quite as complex. So I think it's starting to work as part of the composition now. And on the second part of this fix, I'll probably take this a little bit darker again. Just here, I want to be able to see this here, the shape of it. And another way I'm going to really get that now is to darken this up maybe a little bit more. I don't know yet. Let's say once I've fixed it, I'll see what needs a little bit more work. I'm not too far off where I'm quite happy with at the minute. What I do need to do is take a step back and look at it at a distance to see how it works, because it's quite easy to get carried away and you get lost in the detail, and it's taking that step back that gives you the overview. So I'll be breaking for a cup of tea in a minute. Perhaps how long we'll be streaming. 1 hour 13, so I'll probably give it another 10 minutes as well and take a break. Quite interesting pointing out, actually, a few months ago. Obviously, not far off full time now, working as an artist. Well, my day-to-day job is a photographer. I've actually given up quite a bit of that now, so it's only about 2 days a week, 2.5, and photography. So I can actually spend more time doing this 2 or 3 days a week. And my concentration levels have actually gone from sort of 10, 15, 20 minutes to half an hour to an hour or so, where I can actually just sit quite contentedly working away. The skill I'm hoping to develop is this, where I'm able to chat about what I'm doing as well, because you guys are watching now. And this is actually only my second live, I think, third one on TikTok. So obviously, I suppose it'll get a little bit easier as people join in and ask more questions. and have a chat as well. Put the world to rights. Cup of tea and a biscuit. And the world's a better place, especially in these crazy times. So one of the things I'm looking at now is how well do these line up, and I'm not going to be able to, because I'm close to the canvas, I can't see how these lines are forming as well. So I could probably spin the canvas round, the easel round, and I can see it from the other side of the room. I think it's going to that one. But then it'll come down a little bit. Again, that's the beauty of this. That's the same with charcoal and oil paints, quite malleable. And you can move things around if you're not 100% happy with them. And then that depends on your artistic intent. What do you want to do? And again, this is a 2B lead, and I'm just going over the top of it, gives it a little bit of sheen, but it actually reduces the contrast of the values. They're not as great then. So like I said, they'll be fixed over this, and I'll be able to work a little bit more on it. Areas that want to be a lot darker. Just a question whether to bring any some mild detail up into this top part. Merino design I haven't, so I don't think I will. But I'm just bring a little bit of dark into this corner. Bring my charcoal in. I need to get some bigger pieces of charcoal around this bright one stop to not less very lot. And the snap easy. Again, the shoulder, there'll be a little bit of detail to highlight it. Somewhere around there. Around there, somehow. It's the big shapes first, detail later.
Uh,
Okay, so I'm going to go and have a cup of tea and a biscuit, I think. Just have 10 minutes, 15 minutes, have a break. And then I'll look at this from a little bit of a distance and see what I think, whether it's going the right direction or not. So 10, 15, 20 minutes. I'll be back.